Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know what's going on, I broke the story 2 days ago of the situation in Paris, France, when a riot broke out after a 17-year-old Northern African boy was shot and deleted by Paris police that sparked riots all across Paris and suburban part of Paris. Now, this is part of the video. This is from Marseille, France. This is also one of the suburbs that the riot has happened. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King had a quote: "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And you know the mainstream media ain't gonna talk about this case. Now, I did a story, and again, I did a video from Paris 24 in English, talking about the situation. And the thing of it is that a 17-year-old Algerian boy was shot and deleted by Paris police, sparked riots all across the city of Paris and the suburban part of Paris. And this is the fourth night. And so the thing of it is that but it shows you that you can live anywhere. You can live here in the United States, the UK, Paris, Australia, or parts of South America. You can live anywhere in the world, but if a person who is unarmed being deleted by police, no matter what country you're living in, this right here will happen. And so basically and I'm gonna give a shout out to BNO News on Twitter for this footage, but it shows you that if you're black or you're brown or I hate using the people of color, but if you're not Caucasian and you've been through all of this, this what happens. This what happens. And so this is not the United States, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening in Paris. This is in Paris, France. Marseille is the suburban part of Paris. And Marseille ain't the only town that the riots are happening in Paris right now. It's all across the city of Paris. You got, I think yesterday, there's some kids caught looting in stores in Paris. So they're really serious about this. All because the Algerian-born boy was shot and deleted by Paris police. Even though the thing with that, I'm doing an update again, that the police officer that was responsible for the little boy's deletion, he's finally been charged with that crime. But the riots are still happening in the city of Paris still because of it. And a lot of people, and then that's what I've been thinking about. A lot of people want to leave the United States to go elsewhere. And if you've been in police involved shootings all around the world, and now there's basically an opportunity in the country of France, probably seeking banning of handguns when police officers, for police officers, basically. But it shows you, ladies and gentlemen, but like Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And look what's going on in Paris right now. Look what's going on in the suburban part of Paris right now. Riots are still breaking out. Looting is still going on because of what happened to the 17-year-old Argentinian-born boy that was deleted by Paris police. It's getting crazy, y'all. Ever since the George Floyd situation here in America, countries around the world are seeing what's going on here in America. And now we're seeing, here in America, we're seeing what's going on in other countries as well, especially in Paris right now. That you never know who's watching. This is why the internet is important. This is why social media is important. Because just like they're watching us, we're watching other countries as well. So let's just say, I'm just going to tell you what happened and why the riots is happening right now in Paris. This is the fourth straight night that Paris police claiming that this 17-year-old the Northern African boy was almost hit that one of the officers. But you can clearly see on video that the Paris police officer had a gun, and before he driving off, that's when he shot the kid, deleted him, right? That sparked protests and sparked rioting across the city of Paris right now. And again, just like they saw us, and I'm telling you, when George Floyd happened here in America, the protesters in Paris is really deep. They protested in support of black people here in America after what happened with George Floyd. And this is much more bigger than that now because this is worldwide. This ain't just here in the U.S., here in Canada, here in Mexico, or here in the Great Britain, or here in, Paris, France, or here in Barcelona, Spain. It happens everywhere. Just like they're watching us, thanks to social media, we're watching them too. And I'm going to leave with this. Like Dr. Martin Luther King always says, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And they said that riot is the hurt of the people. And again, after what happened to that 17-year-old boy, Algerian boy, the city of Paris, most of the cities in Paris and the suburban part of Paris, is in flames right now because it affects that country. And when we see it, it affects all of us too, because guess what? They going through the racism in France, just like we're going through the racism here in America. And we got black Frenchmen. And we all heard a lot of stories. Well, the Frenchmen basically loves black people in that country and didn't have no problems with blacks in France. But since this incident happened, everything's about to change now. So let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next video. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.